Oh, they're getting ready. They're getting ready to start. They're getting ready to start. But I hope y'all are having a lovely week so far. Mine's alright. Just very tired. I am planning, since I have a hair appointment next Wednesday, to go all pink again. That means I am planning on, instead of streaming Wednesday morning, streaming Thursday morning anyway next week. So, if there is another direct, we'll already be in a good position to watch it. My internet just crashed as soon as this shit started. Oh, you're joking. Okay, we're back now.
Deep in space, a research station was suddenly struck by a cosmic storm. 15 years later, its survivors are living peacefully. But the threat of another cosmic storm is coming up fast.
Have we seen this one teased before? It looks familiar to me.
Maki and Omura, two young explorers, must now brave galactic dangers and save all that's left of their home. Teamwork is key in this two-player co-op adventure. You'll need a few tools to survive. The scrap hook grabs and moves platforms so you can carve a path forward.
God, the art is gorgeous for this. Not just the art direction.
Blasts water to activate mechanisms.
Like, I know a lot of people, I'm not even gonna open YouTube chat right now because I know it's just gonna be full of people complaining. Oh no, anime game. But you know how hard it is to get like the retro anime look to still work with like the game design across the board? Have it apply to animation as well.
Take a little travel break. With GameShare, two players can adventure together locally or online if one person has the game.
I love all the GameShare stuff.
These two brave explorers save
I'm glad that multiple games are utilizing that.
Orbitals launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this summer.
Hello everyone! Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. What you just saw was Orbitals, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer. We hope you're looking forward to this intergalactic co-op puzzle adventure. Okay, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
Alright, so Switch 1 stuff. Greetings, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance.
In the waters of Issei Bay, on an island where legends of mermaids have been passed down, a tale of mysteries and curses stirs. The latest Paranormacite mystery adventure is coming to
Those kids went flying into the seats, I bet.
The story follows Yuza Minakuchi, a boy who works as a pearl diver. One day, while gathering on the seafloor, he encounters another version of himself. This phenomenon is just the beginning. Soon, other strange incidents begin to plague the island. A girl with no memories.
This looks like a game for my sister. She loves the visual novel mystery stuff.
Victims of drowning. Speaking to those
especially the
involved
Japanese
is a natural
ones.
Part of the investigation, but you'll also need
Which
to
I am
search
tempted.
deep
Maybe I
within
should
the
play
waters
some
of Issei Bay. As each of their motives intertwine,
mystery games on stream
the
at some
story
point. I
connects
feel like
to
it could be
the mermaid
fun.
legend told centuries ago.
I just worry I'll get stuck and will never progress. I'm not really the greatest at them. I was never meant to be a detective.
February 19th. Pre-orders begin later today.
Oh,
on
what is
Nintendo
my cat
eShop.
doing? Hello, sir. I can't see the screen.
A new
All
Captain
right.
Tsubasa game is
He's
kicking its way
sitting on
onto
the
Nintendo
mouse.
Switch. Choose from a roster of over 110 characters representing 22 teams. Score with powerful shots from the original.
He's
work, as
watching
well as
the
newly added
he's watching the
special
direct
moves
too. He
that
just
give
turned
passes,
around.
blocks, dribbles, and tackles a boost.
We will be
Go on
rating
the
each
offensive
game on
against
how much
elite
it piques my
competitors
cat's
as you aim
interest.
for victory. Gear up for sensational soccer action. When Captain Tsubasa 2 World Fighters launches on the Nintendo Switch system this year. Next up are games heading to Nintendo Switch 2, including
Ooh,
some
2
games that will also
exclusives.
be available on Nintendo Switch.
Never mind.
A life or
Never
death
mind.
Fight for survival begins.
I guess Switch 2
It was a
version
normal day
with Switch 1
until a
versions.
cave-in befell the city of Tokyo. As the dust settles, our protagonist Anne discovers an underground world deep below the metropolis. But she's not alone. Creatures called Xeno populate the unknown expanse.
You mean dinosaurs?
If you're found by a Xeno, it's game over. Fighting is not an option, so quick thinking and decision making are vital to your survival. Analyze their patterns and find the best route to make your escape. Activate traps in each area to lure and ensnare any stalking Xeno. And by using GameShare, up to 4 players can share controls, including Anne's movement and camera adjustments.
What?
Whether locally or online, coordinating with your friends is key to making it out alive.
Okay, that actually... I was like, I don't know about an all-stealth game for me personally, and I don't know how the general audience is gonna take this with just like a realistic Japanese art style. I'm like, I don't know if it's for me. But if I had more, that's the thing. If I had more friends with the Switch, then I'd be like, oh hell yeah, we're doing this 4-player thing.
Massive survival game. How you go about it is entirely up to you.
I know a lot of people that like to play Battlefield.
Materials around the woods. Fashion a bow and arrows to hunt wildlife and prepare meals. With an axe, you can chop trees to build a house. Yikes, don't get hit by falling trees. Build pillars, install beams, construct walls, make the roof, and even add a fireplace. Now you're safe, even from the cold. Wait, is this ventilated? Don't forget the chimney too. By upgrading your crafting stations,
I like dying
you
from
can
smoke
make
damage.
items of higher quality.
It's very funny that the
Once
place
you've
didn't
built a
catch
ship,
on fire. He just
set sail
suffocated.
on the high seas to reach new lands and create even more strongholds. Plus, up to 10 players online can explore this vast world together.
I feel like that's the big appeal. You could play it solo,
Go
or you
forward
could
and
play this
survive
shit like an
in
MMO.
Valheim, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 this year. Find your way forward in these games. Return to the kingdom of Hallownest and fight back the infection in this upgraded modern classic.
Switch 2
Dodge,
version for Hollow
dash, and
Knight.
slash through this 2D action adventure platformer, now with enhanced visuals and improved frame rates on Nintendo Switch 2. Equip charms to enhance your abilities and deal magic damage using upgradable spells while exploring the vast interconnected map. Descend into a world of insects and heroes when Hollow Knight Nintendo Switch 2 Edition launches on Nintendo Switch 2 later today. Nintendo Switch 2 players who have Hollow Knight on Nintendo Switch can upgrade to the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition for free with the upgrade pack. eFootball, reborn from Pro Evolution Soccer, is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Build out your club, sign legendary players,
we're gonna get some sports
and compete in
games.
tournaments around the globe in World Tour
We're gonna
mode.
get some
Join an exciting competition where national teams face off
Internet?
every 4 years in the International
Hello?
Cup Tournament. Or play with friends locally or online to prove who's at the top of their game. Experience the excitement of soccer and aim to be the best in the world when eFootball Kickoff launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this summer. Travel through 4 ages in a brand new HD 2D action RPG.
I remember.
Explore
Didn't
the
they
age
end
of
a Partner
safety,
Direct with
the
this
hero
one?
Elliot's own time. The age of reconstruction, when humans nearly went extinct. The age of magic, a time when spells flourished. And the age of budding, the birth of human civilization. In each age, the scenery and citizens of Elliot's hometown will change. You can also obtain some weapons and magic unique to certain time periods. A story spanning time will soon begin. The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system, June 18th. Have a blast with Super Bomberman games from the Super NES era. Play the first Super Bomberman through to the culmination of the series, Super Bomberman 5, including titles previously unreleased worldwide. The Famicom versions of Bomberman and Bomberman 2
So they can do
also
that
included.
with title.
Plus, there's a brand
Mother
new
3's
Boss
on my
Rush
mind
mode.
again because I mentioned it briefly
as
in my
game
next
share
video
support.
essay, which is up to preview on Twitch and will be
Super
hitting
Bomberman
YouTube, the main
Collection
YouTube channel,
launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo
Saturday.
Switch later today.
And so apologies for I don't know.
Unknown journey continues.
Rebirth, yeah.
The second entry in
I don't
the
know
Final
what's
Fantasy
going on with
VII
my
Remake
internet today.
series is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I can't really do anything about it. My
In
internet's
pursuit of
just
its
shit.
arch nemesis Sephiroth,
My apologies.
Cloud Strife and his comrades escape the city of Midgar and embark on a journey across the vast world. Traverse the planet on chocobos, wheelies, in a buggy, or other modes of transportation. Team up with allies in battles, blending action and strategy. If you'd like to focus on the story, there's also a boost function to make combat easier. You'll also find various activities scattered across the world, allowing you to take a break from the action.
Your mind.
And as you interact with your allies, their affinity toward you will grow and impact how the story unfolds. What fate awaits Cloud and his crew in their pursuit of Sephiroth? Final Fantasy VII Rebirth launches on Nintendo Switch 2, June 3rd. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
I probably won't get it on Switch at the moment, but I'm just happy to see it there because that means more people can play it and have access to it. I do have a lot of Final Fantasy games on. You're joking, internet. Oh, fuck you, internet.
While investigating
I do have a
lunar
lot
research
of
station,
Final
an
Fantasy
injury
games on
befalls spacefarer Hugh Williams.
PC and Switch and PS5.
With him is Diana, an android called a Pragmata.
There you are. All better.
Classified as unauthorized intruders, the two are targeted by the station AI, which sends enemy bots after them.
Probably snowed last night, but it's clear now.
Come on, gun work.
These bots have near impenetrable armor.
I think I can help.
I told
But with
Steam
Diana's
not
hacking
to
skills, you
update.
can break down their
It had like
defenses.
2 large ass games it wanted to
What the heck was
update.
that?
I told it
By
not to
moving the
do
cursor
that.
through
I
panels
wonder if
toward
that's
the green
I wonder if
goal,
it ignored
you can
me
hack
and
the
that's
enemy
startling
bots.
the
There's no
internet.
time to explain. Shoot now.
Once their weak points are exposed, fire away.
I hacked it.
Depending on the nodes you pass through, you can modify the damage and effects of a hack. Each split-second decision can change the outcome of battle.
Energy levels.
What truths will the two find in this AI-controlled lunar station?
So it's not one of your bot buddies?
Overdrive protocol. Initiate.
Yeah, baby. We did it. This is how we say good job.
And what
The
will
high five
Diana
thing is
learn
such
on
a
this
recurring thing in games where you have a character that
Pragmata
is like
launches on
innocent or
Nintendo
sheltered
Switch
and
2,
doesn't know
April 24th.
what the hell's going on.
demo
Like
will
they
be
do that in
available
Final
later
Fantasy.
today
I feel like they
on
do that in a lot of
Nintendo
anime
eShop.
stuff as well. Be like, this is a high five, and the
We
character's like,
hope you're looking forward to
what?
fast-paced combat and exploration.
And then that
with the
always
unique
comes back to do
combination of
something
hacking
sad in the
and
end.
Shooting.
Bet.
Let's continue with more headlines. Journey to the Lost Lands.
Okay, now I think we're in Switch 2 exclusives.
Become a legendary Turok warrior in this intergalactic action shooter. To stop an alien threat from destroying all human life, you'll journey solo or with a team of
think we're about
warriors
halfway
online
through this direct
and
so
battle
far.
all sorts of primal creatures in ferocious combat. Swap between first-person and third-person perspectives as you unleash weapons, melee attacks, and special
So far, I
abilities
think
to
the majority of
devastate
these
foes.
games are games we've seen in
Extract DNA
previous
from fallen
Nintendo
enemies and
Directs,
the environment to
or
upgrade
previous
your
Partner
arsenal,
Directs.
evolve your mantle, and
Though, I don't
unlock
think-
even more abilities
Ugh.
called Echo Syncs to gain a greater edge
I don't
in
think there's
combat.
been a lot of brand new surprises.
As you venture across breathtaking worlds, you'll unravel the mysteries that
Which is
ultimately
fine, it
hold the
doesn't have
key
to be. If
saving
anything, that might be
humanity.
good. That they're maybe why they're doing a Partner Direct that's full of a bunch of known stuff.
Turok
now?
Origins launches on Nintendo Switch 2 this fall.
Maybe they have even more third-party stuff in an
Uncover
actual
the
full
truth
direct.
of Xanadu. In a Japan where Kyoto is the capital, another world exists that's encroaching on our own. A world where monsters roam free. A boy named Ray must use his newly awakened powers against the threat as he joins Hirosaka Academy, a school for gifted students. The Academy's goal? Conquer Xanadu, the great labyrinth rumored to be the origin of this other world. While traversing
this
the
shit
labyrinth,
assassination
hone your abilities and reshape the
classroom
terrain
or what?
to expand
I
the
should
range of your
rewatch that.
exploration. Then, take on dangerous enemies in 3D action RPG
That's an anime that
combat.
packs a punch at the end.
Use your powers
Honestly,
to
I watched the
overcome
first few
foes.
episodes of it, and then I took like a pause for a while because I'm like, alright, they're doing a lot of
Outside the
standard like
labyrinth, improve
anime
your stats
tropes. That I'm like,
and spend time with your
I
friends
guess.
as you
You
prepare
know.
to
I
conquer
was also
Xanadu.
watching it dub
The battle
originally, so I
between
was like,
man and monster
everything felt a little
begins.
generic. But then I switched to
Discover the
sub,
truth when
and I watched it while I was graduating college.
Kyoto
like the
Xanadu
last month I was in
launches on
college, I
Nintendo
binged the rest
Switch
of it.
2 and Nintendo Switch systems this summer.
That had a little punches
Check
to it.
out these anime-style games.
Oh my god, they have a whole anime section. I
It's
know
time to evolve
Reddit
in
bros
the
are
latest Digimon
absolutely
story
just
game.
sobbing
One day,
right now.
A powerful blast causes the world to collapse and sends you 8 years into the past. With over 450 Digimon to collect, adventure through the human world
50-year-old
and
Twitter man
digital world
living in his
to
parents'
save the
basement
future.
found unconscious because they mentioned they have an
And on
anime
Nintendo Switch
section
2,
in
you
the
can select
Partner
quality mode,
Direct.
playing in 4K at 30 frames per second, or performance mode, playing in full HD at 60 frames per second. Digimon Story Time Stranger launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems July 10th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. An adventure set high in the sky is soaring in. Form your party from a roster of over 20 characters, each with their own fighting style. Channel the power of teamwork and summon mighty primal beasts to vanquish your enemies. You can also team up in local or online multiplayer. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink Endless Ragnarok launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 9th. The latest Monster Hunter Stories game is flying in. Your monster allies, called Monsties, can learn special abilities through a ceremony called the Rite of
little
Channeling.
dudes.
Raise your Monsties as you travel the world. The lands lie on the brink of disaster. Monsters are on the verge of extinction. And the riders trying to save the world will have to contend with an even greater threat. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection soars onto Nintendo Switch 2, March 13th. A demo will be available later today on Nintendo eShop. Save data can be transferred to the full game once purchased. New titles are joining the archives.
3, 2, 1, go!
Rave Racer, published by Namco in 1995, speeds into the Arcade Archives 2 lineup. Aim for first place in a race against your rivals. And
We've
get
stopped
ready for a
having
new
internet
line of
issues.
home
I bet
console
Steam
titles.
updated something.
Console
God.
Archives is on the way. Doraemon. Sonic Wings Special. And more will be released over time.
I wouldn't say
First
this is
wave
a
of
bad
console
direct
archive
by any
titles
means,
includes
but
Cool
it's
Borders,
certainly... It's not the most
and
hype
Ninja
so far,
Gaiden
and
2,
it doesn't
The
need to
Dark
be,
Sword of
right?
Chaos.
I'm glad these games are getting
These
spotlight.
titles will be available on Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
I think there is something for everyone in here, but there's not like a wide range of, oh my gosh, I'm so happy this is coming to Switch. Like, the games here in this sizzle reel are a bit more exciting to me. I think a lot of stuff is stuff that has been announced would eventually come to Switch 2, or again, we learned about in previous directs leading up to this. This sure looks cool. A Switch 2 edition? That shit looks great. Why did we not hear more about that? Because the Switch 1 edition, it is kind of booty. It is kind of booty cheeks. I also feel like it might be the presentation style of these partner directs. I don't know if it's just me. Because they do it in the mainline directs nowadays as well. And they do it in other gaming presentations, like Sony and Xbox do this too, but...
We found another body.
Oh, I gotta lock in for this. I'll talk about the presentation more at the end.
When a string of mysterious
We will
deaths
be
occurs
playing
across
Resident
America,
Evil Requiem
FBI analyst Grace Ashcroft is
on
captured by
release
the
this
suspect
month.
while
Probably
investigating
on
the
Steam
case.
though. I trust that the Switch 2 version is going to be glorious, but I do want to be able to mod it later on in the year.
In her attempt to escape, Grace comes up against unknown threats. A limited supply of healing items and ammunition are at her disposal.
No.
Will she confront the threats head on, or save her ammo for the next encounter?
Oh, I'm
Grace,
running.
impending doom is always close at hand. Meanwhile, another agent working for an anti-bioterrorism organization is also on the case.
Who could this be?
Leon S. Kennedy.
6 survivors of Raccoon City, all dead from the same thing.
That's a fancy
With
car,
his
Leon.
physical prowess,
They
Leon can
making
parry an
fancy cars
opponent's
in the
attack,
apocalypse.
then strike to break the stunned opponent's
I guess the
stance
world
in
is
close quarters
functioning in
combat.
Resident Evil.
He can fire from a distance using handguns and rifles, or use an enemy's weapon.
That's
against
why I
them.
always forget.
Leon
Resident
has a
Evil
very
2 and
arsenal
3
of
are
attacks
so
at his
like the
disposal.
beginning of a zombie
This game
apocalypse
features
theme
both third-person and first-person
that
camera
I
perspectives,
forget they're like,
and you
oh
can
well that
change
was
your
a contained
perspective at
area
any
and
time.
there's a bunch of weird zombie stuff going on across the
There are
world.
multiple
But there
difficulty
always
options
has been,
available,
and it will get
including a mode
worse
for less
in chunks.
experienced players that features
So
aim
there
assist.
are like little periods and places in the world that are just
Guide
unaffected
Grace
by
as she attempts to escape
the zombies.
unprecedented terrors, and Leon, who relies on strength to carve his own path. What will they discover when their fates intertwine? Resident Evil Requiem launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system
I'm scared.
February 27th. Pre-orders are
scared.
available now.
I
on
do have to
Nintendo
pre-order it
eShop.
still.
Resident Evil 7 Biohazard and Resident Evil Village will also be available the same day. Horror-filled excitement awaits, whether you play these games or Resident Evil Requiem first. Plus, a Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller featuring original art is releasing alongside the games. Amiibo figures of Grace and Leon will
Amiibos!
also be available this summer.
Oh,
You
I
can
know.
scan them to receive
I don't want to
in-game
know
weapons.
how many people are going to drool over that Leon.
Resident
Amiibo.
Evil Requiem, the latest entry in the Resident Evil series, is launching later this month.
I feel like they don't do amiibos for a lot of third-party stuff, do they?
You can also look forward to a creator's voice video featuring a member of the Resident Evil Requiem development team. The video will release in the
Could
near
you
future.
imagine Resident
Next,
Evil
it's our
Village
last announcement.
amiibos?
Hey everybody, from
Ugh.
all of us here at Bethesda Game Studios. If you're like us, Nintendo has meant so much to you.
Elder
from your
Scrolls
early
6 or
days of gaming
Skyrim? What's
to now. It was incredible
what's
for
it
us
gonna
to
be?
partner on the original Switch, and it was just such a great piece of hardware and also so personal when you play. We're excited to finally bring a number of our franchises for the first time to Nintendo.
Is
We hope you all
Skyrim on
enjoy the
Switch
journey.
too? Yes.
Vault Dwellers, welcome home.
Ooh,
Fallout 4
okay.
Anniversary Edition
Some
is
Fallout on the
emerging
Switch.
on Nintendo Switch 2.
I mean, that was gonna be my
Scavenge,
logical guess.
Build, and
But
create
I need them to
alliances
show
as you
Skyrim in here
reshape
for the memes.
wasteland and what remains of civilization. Every choice matters. Fancy yourself a smooth talker, or pining to
Ooh, could
pump
the
up your
Oblivion
power armor?
remake be
Choose from
a Switch 2
hundreds of
thing?
perks that fit your playstyle.
Could that be optimized for it?
Every
Or
road
Starfield?
leads
I don't know
somewhere
if
new.
those
From the
two.
heart of Diamond City to the
Well,
shadowy corners
I mean,
of forgotten vaults, the Commonwealth is packed with
New
stories
AAA
waiting
stuff,
to be
current
uncovered.
AAA stuff is releasing on
In
Switch
addition
2
to the
now.
base game,
Same day,
experience 6
so.
official expansions and over 150 Creation Club items to
But Bethesda
expand
has some
your adventure. Grab your
large,
Pip-Boy
large,
and traverse the
slightly
wasteland in
unoptimized
Fallout 4
titles
Anniversary
that I
Edition,
feel like would
launching on Nintendo
snap my
Switch
Switch
2,
2
February 24th.
into
Pre-orders
pieces.
begin later today on Nintendo
It would just
eShop.
explode.
The year is 1937. Sinister forces are on the hunt for an ancient
I
power,
always forget
and
they
only
did
one person
Indiana
can stop them.
Jones.
Watch me.
Embark on a globe-trotting cinematic adventure in Indiana Jones and
I
the
do really
Great
want to play
Circle,
this. This
set between the
looks
events of Raiders of
fantastic.
the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade. Indy will journey around the world to uncover the mystery behind the Great Circle. From the pyramids of Giza to the sunken temples of Sukhothai and beyond, use your wits to infiltrate historic areas and solve fiendish puzzles. Or use your whip to face off against dangerous foes and explore a world full
And the
of
combat
daring
looks really
escapes
fun in this
and
game.
unforgettable encounters. Adventure calls when Indiana Jones and the Great Circle launches on Nintendo Switch 2, May 12th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Explore the vast landscape of Cyrodiil in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion
Oh,
Remastered.
okay, Oblivion Remastered.
Experience this renowned open-world RPG now on a Nintendo system for the first time. Freely customize your character to match your playstyle. Then adventure amongst an unforgettable cast of characters.
By the grace of the gods, I serve Tambriel as her ruler.
And fight back the Daedra to close shut the jaws of Oblivion. Master ranged or melee weapons. Wield powerful magic or use stealth skills to best your foes. In this remastered version, character models, weapons, even rocks and sweet rolls have all been meticulously recreated. Combat animations have
Even
also
rocks
been updated to
and
give
sweet
them a
rolls?
modernized touch. Plus, the Shivering Isles and Knights of the Nine expansions are included alongside the main story to take your adventure even further. Step through the gates once more when The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system this year.
Is that
We hope
it?
you're excited for these games from Bethesda
We probably have
Softworks.
and one more thing, right?
That's all for today's Nintendo
Nope.
Direct Partner Showcase. Thank
That
you
was the
for
one more
watching.
thing. I think that is a strong ending to it, honestly. And I know most people online are gonna say the beginning sucked as well. I did like the beginning. I like everything shown here, but I feel like as a presentation itself, it was a little bland pacing wise and like narration wise. Which usually if the announcements are hype enough, the narration like doesn't bother me. But I think where I realized like the partner showcase is really meant to advertise ports to people that either already know about they want a game but they've been waiting for it to come to Switch 2, or appealing to the very broad audience about, hey, you haven't played this game because of all the keywords we've said before, so let us just throw as many like Google search terms into the presentation as possible. Like if I were discussing a remake of Final Fantasy VII
Nintendo Switch 2.
and stuff,
In pursuit of his arch nemesis Sephiroth, Cloud Strife and his comrades escape the city of Midgar and embark on a journey across the vast
like
world.
this is an accurate description, but the
Traverse
way
the
they do
planet
like
on
the
chocobos,
dramatic voice too.
wheelies, in a buggy, or other modes of transportation. Team up with
Like the
allies in
transportation
battles,
modes are things
blending
they've
action
done in like a
and
different tone
strategy.
of voice and just like show don't
If
tell
you'd like to
sometimes
focus
in
on the
other
story,
presentations.
There's also a boost function to make combat easier. You'll also find various activities scattered
Like
across
instead
the
of just
world,
focusing
allowing
on
you
like
to take a
either the
break from
gameplay
the
or the
action.
story to be like
And as you interact with
this
your
is the
allies,
main pull of the
their
game.
affinity toward
They're
you
just
will
listing
grow
like
and
every
impact how
single
the story
main
unfolds.
term that the game has.
What fate awaits Cloud
I
and
feel-
his crew in their pursuit of Sephiroth?
They're
Final
just like, this is a game, there is gameplay, and there is also a story involved. Does the game have an ending? There's only one way to find out. And I feel like that's the kind of direction and format for like a lot of these games, even if you've either already played them or they're just throwing keywords at you to try to get you to pay attention.
2. Scavenge, shoot, build, and create alliances as you reshape the wasteland
Like that.
and what remains of
They're just
civilization. every choice matters.
I don't know, it's weird. I feel like,
Yourself a smooth talker.
yes, you're supposed to describe the games in a direct, but I feel like they over describe a lot. They're like, in Fallout, you can shoot and you can talk to people. And it's like, one, yes, I think everybody, even those that haven't played Fallout, know that. But two, they don't say what makes this different. Like, if you just woke up today, I think that's the thing. If you just arrived on Earth today for the first time, had no idea what video games were, or you played a few video games but had no idea what any popular games were, right? And this is the first time you ever heard mention of like Fallout or Final Fantasy, their descriptions of these games are like, what makes them different? Because Final Fantasy and Fallout are heavy hitters, top of their game in their genres. And it's like, what makes them that? If you were describing like, this is a game where you talk to people, they even sound similar. This is a game where you talk to people and there's a story and you will be attacking enemies. They're very broad descriptions. Again, it feels like Google search descriptions. I wouldn't say this was a bad direct though. I'm not grumpy. I'm not like, they didn't announce Kingdom Hearts, I'm gonna burn it to the ground. I wore my Final Fantasy stuff instead because I'm smart. I'm smarter than that. But and usually I Hello? I don't know where it's picking up sound from. I'm scared. I have no idea. My microphone just Hello? Am I back? I think it reconnected. It randomly disconnected my mic while I was in the middle of talking. Essentially though, I'm not mad at the Nintendo Direct because I didn't get Kingdom Hearts. I'm not one of those people. I think all the games again looked fantastic, but like presentation wise, this felt a bit weaker. The partner directs have always been formatted like this, but I think because they had so little like brand new stuff to show off, it was so many existing titles, and I felt like maybe their descriptions were slightly weaker than they are for other directs. Yeah, it just felt a bit lackluster. Do I dare open Twitter and see what people are saying real quick about it? You know, I won't pull it up on the screen, but I'm just going to quickly take a peek at what do the I'm sure incredibly competent people on Twitter have to say. If there's funny responses, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see people actually being aggressive. Just tell me the funny stuff. Actually, it's not even showing up in my... It's not even showing up in my... For You page. Do people even know a direct happened this morning? I see Todd Howard trending. But yeah, that felt definitely, since it was all stuff we know, I'm like, if they have brand new third-party reveals outside of the like Bethesda stuff, it's clear they had a lot of stuff to show, so that was a good final thing to do. And yeah, it is a very, very strong third-party lineup. Like, I lived through the Wii U days, right? So this is a very impressive Wii U lineup that we have here, but... yeah, I don't know. Okay, here's a good one. The direct felt a bit cold. There were bangers, but overall interests me so little that it affected my impression. Yeah, it didn't feel like much because there weren't a lot of brand new reveals until like the very end, and maybe a couple in between. Which meh is not like being like, it was alright. Like, if we remember the days of E3 and like the Game Awards, like some years, like including how they ended this past year, there is worse than meh to be in game presentations. The fact that Nintendo's like lowest directs are meh, when that's some places that's the best they can do is meh for a presentation. So it's certainly not a bad thing at all, but they've had better directs. They've had better partner showcases before a mainline direct as well. So I do feel like there's a mainline direct in the air after watching that. I'm like, there are bigger third-party companies that if they didn't have a compilation to show might be holding back. I think we'll still see some partner stuff in a mainline Nintendo Direct, which makes me feel better because then I'm like, a combination of new third-party reveals and existing known Switch 2 titles and a few that takes up pretty much the entire runtime, and then you can sprinkle just like 2 or 3 maybe big surprises throughout there. Because before I'm like, well, if they keep revealing, like doing these giant reveals for upcoming games, and then if they revealed a lot at the partner showcase, it would be like, well, I don't think they have like 20 brand new games, first party Nintendo games they've been keeping a secret. I don't think they have that many to justify a full direct, even though it would be awesome if they did. But I feel like they definitely didn't show a lot today. And like I said, even the Tomodachi Life Direct, there's still a lot of questions we have about that they could either do another full direct on it, or we can hear about a little more in a mainline direct. So if there is a mainline Nintendo Direct next Thursday, it seems like, based on the pattern of things, probably the same time, I will be watching it. If they announce it like while I'm at the hair salon, then I won't be able to do a stream making a Nintendo bingo card, but you guys know I will. So yeah, that is the plan there. Let me go ahead and swap us over into inZOI now.